Food's important for several reasons. Number one, you can't be well if you're missing micronutrients that your body needs to run on. Number two, there's one particular hormone that I'm certainly interested in called insulin, that while it sounds good, because it's the diabetes hormone, makes you very unwell. Insulin is one of those good news, bad news deals. The goal is to keep your insulin down. Problem is, food makes your insulin go up. So your relationship with food and your relationship with insulin is a very complex thing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can get yourself very unwell very fast. There's the stock answer to that question, and then there's the right answer to that question. The stock answer is we eat more, we exercise less. And of course, that is true. The question is why? What has happened to make that occur? In order to explain that, I'm going to do a little quick vignette with you. Let's take you. You eat 2,000 calories a day. You burn 2,000 calories a day. You feel good, normal day. Are you going to gain weight, lose weight, or stay the same? You'll stay the same because you burn what you eat. There's nothing to store. Now, let's do a little experiment. Let's put an IV in your arm, tape it down. I'm going to follow behind you. And every time you reach for food, I'm going to take that IV and I'm going to pump you full of extra insulin that you didn't want or need. I'm going to over-insulinize you. Same thing we do with all our type 2 diabetics. So, you wake up in the morning, you start out the day just like before, eating 2,000 calories, except now, because of the excess insulin I'm pumping you full of with each meal, 500 of those 2,000 calories right off the table, straight to fat, like what the IRS does to your paycheck, right off the top. Gone before you had a chance to spend it, in this case, gone before you had a chance to burn it. You are now 500 calories heavier. And it's nothing you did, it's something I did. Now, you ate 2,000, but you lost 500 to your fat. How many are left to burn? 1,500. Except your body wants to burn 2,000 because that's where it feels good. And how many calories you burn and how good you feel are synonymous. They are the same. So what do we call it when your body has fewer calories than it wants to burn? It's called starvation. Now, your weight's going up, but your body thinks you're starving. So how are you going to feel? Crappy, tired, slothy, sit on the couch, don't want to do anything, don't want to exercise, maybe play video games, and of course hungry. So in a world of free access to food, what are you going to do? You're going to eat back the 500, except I'm still pumping you full of insulin. There go another 100 calories off the top. Now you're 600 calories heavier. You're only up to 1,900 to burn. You still don't feel great. You go to a doctor, you go to a nutritionist, you say, Doc, I don't get this. Every time I stand on the scale, I weigh more. How come I'm so fat? And the doctor says, well, I know why you're fat. You're a glutton and a sloth. You eat too much, you exercise too little. The point is that the behaviors that we associate with obesity are not the causes of the obesity, they're the results of the biochemical process that caused the obesity. So, trying to fix those is almost impossible. And what made our insulin go up is the question of what constitutes wellness. Sugar's the big kahuna in this whole story, because what sugar does, because it goes to the liver, because it does not require insulin for regulation, because it causes insulin resistance at the level of the liver, what it does is it drives insulin levels up all over the body, causing energy to be stored, driving the obesity epidemic, and making you feel lousy and causing you to eat more. So sugar is the instigator of the metabolic process that has as its result gluttony and sloth. And when you come off sugar, you feel a whole lot better. The answer, unfortunately, is extremely complex because there are a lot of stakeholders involved. There is the personal answer, and then there is the societal answer. The personal answer is you got to watch what you eat. The societal answer is we got to keep from supplying the population with stuff that's going to make them sick. And that's a complicated business. But ConnectWell, working with companies, can actually help companies, number one, bring this information to their employees, and number two, actually help to change each person's personal environment, not just while at work, but at home as well. So, the mantra that got us all started in this obesity debacle is a calorie is a calorie. If you eat more calories than you burn, you will gain weight. If you eat less calories than you burn, you will lose weight. Garbage. And the reason is because a calorie is not a calorie. Look, we have good fats and bad fats. We have omega-3s, they're great. They're heart healthy. We have trans fats, they're poison. Our mitochondria can't even digest them, and they line our arteries and cause heart disease. They're both 9 calories per gram. If a calorie is a calorie, it shouldn't matter which one you eat, but it certainly does. And we have everything in between. We have good amino acids and bad amino acids. We have tryptophan, tyrosine, and phenylalanine, which are rare and really good for you. And then we have branched chain amino acids that are associated with metabolic syndrome. And we have good carbohydrates and bad carbohydrates. We have glucose, which is essential for life, so much so that even if you don't consume it, your body makes it. And then you have fructose, which is the sweet stuff, which your liver doesn't even know what to do with, and causes the insulin resistance I mentioned before, and drives further weight gain, and all the metabolic disease associated with metabolic syndrome. Clearly, a calorie is not a calorie. The main thing I would tell them is that when they go to the store, invariably what they're looking at is price. Cheap food is cheap for a reason. Expensive food sometimes shouldn't be, but a lot of times it's because it's unprocessed. Unprocessed food means two things: low sugar, high fiber. And those are the two keys to rational eating in our world. Those are the two things that matter the most. And the easiest way to answer that, how you do that, is 3 words: eat real food. Processed food's the killer in this story. But processed food is cheap, processed food is processed, it's easy, it lasts for a long time. And there's a reason it lasts for a long time, because then the food industry doesn't have depreciation. It works for them better than it works for you. The other thing I would say is that if you eat properly, it costs more, but you know what? You'll save it in medical expenses later. Like the Fram oil filter commercial. You can pay me now, or you can pay me later.